We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Prison? Master, I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going without rest.
I only hope we don't encounter any foes. In another world, I learned that a forgotten
Phantoms! Holy attacks will serve us well here!
Grant you an elemental boon.
no one can defend themselves when grappled like this.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Trounced our foe well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
What is it? Got a question about my training regime? Suppose that was an unlikely guess. None took to the training like you did. Hoping to enlist, then? No. A pity. I'd hoped to add you to our ranks. You'd seem like you'd be fit for battle, even if I were to call upon you on the morrow. Which is more than I can say for the rest. Apologies for assuming. We've had fewer folks looking to enlist of late, and I'm hungry for recruits. Many keep their distance on account of the instructor being a beastron. How very Vermundian of them. At the very least, I'd like to provide some decent training to the soldiers we have now. Easier said than done, especially when the weapons we were promised have yet to arrive. Tisn't like to boost their morale having rusted steel to train with. What I wouldn't give for some decent weapons and a soldier to act as an example. Someone with motivation to grow. That'd light a fire under them, I reckon. Mayhap you could aid us. I know 'tis much to ask of anyone, let alone a stranger, but what else am I to do? Much appreciated. We'd welcome what you can spare.
Sir Baron's request is quite understandable. Weaponry and motivated soldiers are the pillars of any military. Sir Baron seeks a motivated soldier to inspire the other recruits. Do we not know of such a person? Allow me to guide you, Master. I know the person you're looking for.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
battle is best avoided.
I knew you would prevail, Master.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Outstanding. I will protect you. Weapons are simple enough to procure it. Might we not use their range to our advantage?
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
Tis a glad thing we rested when we did. Now we can return to this location whenever we've a ferry stone to hand.
Gran, I want to learn magic, please.
This again, child. You know full well your father has forbidden it. There are plenty of things more deserving of your interest. Why not turn your aspirations elsewhere?
Why must you always take Father's side? I'd have thought you'd understand how I feel better than anyone.
What am I to do with that girl? Would that I could allow her to do as she pleases, but 'tisn't to be.
Why won't they let me study magic? It isn't fair.
Here's a chest. I shall take a look inside.
I'll collect that.
Would that I could allow her to do as she pleases, but...
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
Shall we set it rolling?
What is it? If you're looking for Gran, she's out. 'Tis dreadful dull round here. How long do they mean to shut me away? All I want is to study magic, but Gran refuses to teach me. If only I had a grimoire or two, then I could study on my own. If you find any grimoires, would you bring them to me? You needn't seek them out. Any you happen to find will do. Still, I'll write up a list of the tomes I'd most like, so you know which ones to keep an eye out for. Let's see. There. All done. Mayhap I was a little overeager, but you needn't bring them all. Just 2 or 3 would be swell. Though I would be thrilled to have the lot. Oh, and Gran is like to confiscate the grimoires should she espy them. Pray hand them to me when she's not at home.
So, we are to scour for the grimoires on Miss Trish's list. Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin. But we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
Indeed, you are correct.
Trisha's been rather restless of late. More so than usual, I mean.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
You ought to take a closer look.
Now here's a surprise.
Our collection grows.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. Rest assured, Master. You'll hear nary an idle word from me.
Very hard. Be sure to avoid looking flames.
If your pack grows over full, simply ask me to sell off.
As a matter of fact, this place calls forth memories of when our journey first began. Of a time when we had yet to even reach Vernon. The memories we...
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
Well met, sir.
What else needs doing?
How much was your sir?
Stay out of everybody's way. I'll take any chance.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. Fancy a look at my wares? Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Do come again.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant. Well met, sir.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
I follow my whims. Where?
Yes? Is there...
Fancy a look at my wares?
It's one of life's great pleasures.
Got to fix this. Pray, follow me.
This is just what I needed.
I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest. Know you of the brine? Shallow waters are safe, but venture somewhere becoming a feast for the brine. Let me be, would you?
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin. But we...
The other day, they ill favor living alongside the people of other... I understand their reluctance. Not to mention their tongue is a mystery to us. If you can't... I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest. Stomach's growling. Time for an early supper.
My bed calls.
Well met.
Fulminous shield, eh? 'Tis a bargain, I reckon. I picked it up in Melve after the dragon attacked. Can't speak for its contents, but it certainly looks valuable.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Tis done, Master. Now a ferry stone can whisk us here whence ever we desire.
Would that ox carts were a bit safer, and a bit swifter too.
They are capable allies on journeys near.
This ox... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Crossing me.
No go soiling your face. Fine. Out of the car.
I hope we have not met our match.
Strength must be managed.
I want your weapon and magic.
trounced our foe well and truly.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
This can't be right.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can. I learned of a forgotten rift stone in this area during my time beyond the rift. I can take you to it, if you like. Methinks this can only be destroyed from the other side.
Nothing else for it, I suppose.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin. But we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
Right you are. Nothing left to fight.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Let me get that.
A crime committed here will see.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm on.
am I to do?
Something good will come of today. I just know it.
Am I shedding?
I'm not the only one who can feel the rest.
I'll have nightmares.
Oh, your stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
Crowns and politics are no.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Wonderful.
Could use a little fun to brighten my day.
Fine fat today.
Maister.
I can't
Fancy a gander?
I
Never mind, where's all
Time to be heading home.
I'd fain hear you speak on any subject, friend. Might I beg a favour of you? Many thanks.
It's good to see people in such high spirits.
Would that I ne'er had to leave.
Being by your side is...
As they say. It's one of life's great pleasures.
You seem in fine spirits? Well met, son. How am I to be of service?
Allow me, please.
Look at him. Bunch of cannons.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
True enough.
morning does a number on my shoulders.
There's adventure to be had.
Say, you've got a decent arm on you. And no need to be humble. Just the other day, I watched you fell a massive monster with my own 2 eyes. I've ne'er seen the like. Pray, sir, teach me to fight like you do. I'm after an instructor, see, but the ones in this city are cravens all. The sort that decided to teach to avoid the battlefield. If I'm to grow stronger, I need to learn from someone who's seen actual battle. A real warrior, such as yourself. Won't you give me a chance? And this Baron fellow, he's a real warrior? I suppose you wouldn't recommend him if he wasn't. And after all, I've seen your prowess. I'm inclined to trust your judgment. Many thanks, sir. Methinks I'll seek out this Baron and see what he can teach me.
I see life as a journey, to be walked a day at a time.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
And this Fearmore Minalieren.
Non fear Nambawi.
Nun be Oyonda Ata.
Osto frana orne.
Menem Biblim.
Il menun lis canailen.
Nambawe, this when.
Molis palane mine. Eki Alice.
We herua, urtu ael.
Fa alcarwa sil non via palan. My Timothy melto.
Carilm, kemen rostindo non meltol. Morvea curuir. You're no elf. Halan lome meltol. Fearnis numberway. I am called Darren. My brother taught me to speak your tongue. So different from our own. Do you understand me? I learned the words, but this is the first I use them. Others of your kind have come here, but my people warn them away. Oh, but I cannot stay. I must, see to the Arbor Heart.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Hermin. Herua.
Ronde minita.
Via palan malanta.
Ayolot, rondem.
Non fear Nambawi.
My duty is the Arbor Heart, she is called. She has been with us a very long time. She is nature's very heart, and a pillar of strength for my people. We have always lived in harmony with nature, and the Arbor Heart is our connection to the land. Yet, day by day, her strength is failing. I must give her nourishment of the soil to help her recover. A special kind, called Gwifentia in my language. I know not what you would call it in yours. Once, a dwarf wandered into the arbor and gifted some to us. It filled the Arbor Heart with life. Now, little remains. Too little for the Arbor Heart to recover her strength in full. She begins to Wayne, do you know of this substance? It must be found outside the arbor somewhere. If you find any, will you tell me where it lies?
You can always depend upon me to translate for you, Master. Witventure is the Elvish word for scale, Cinder.
In your tongue, it is called scale cinder? Where can it be found, I wonder?
Now, scale cinder is a byproduct of the Batali smithing style. A Batali blacksmith ought to be able to tell us more.
If you see him on your journey, will you let me know?
Anendune falumtena, nun falles mir anamortis.
The Maister's teaching is yours, Arisen. I dare say there's no reward for your efforts.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin. But we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
True enough.
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and... Ah! I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all. All I ask. Many thanks to you.
Peruse at your leisure,
I'll
sir.
take any chance not to think on my troubles.
Time to find me a mark. Herald news of the movements and caution. Wearing armor all day feels like a punishment.
When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
Surely I'm overdue a day off.
I've been on my feet all day.
Mayhap I'll come here when I have a day to myself.
I'm not taking any pest.
Places such as this depend upon my vigilance.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
What the? I ain't got the...
Sleep.
I'd fight better if I had an owl to keep me warm.
I know every place. You're enough to fall for it. Shame on you.
Seems my feet always...
Well met, sir.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be... Glad to assist you. Have you found any of the items we discussed? Just perchance.
Always a pleasure.
Couldn't hurt to rest my feet a moment.
I'd more time than I know how to spend.
Let me get that.
When does my watch end? I've been forgotten.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho, ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the arisen. If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet to arrive, and 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection ere 'tis made whole. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit to the sculptor in my stead. The man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's completion.
Let us speak with everyone we can think of who might know aught of use.
Sir Ludolf's lust knows no bounds. This time he's set his sights on the Watchhead's missus. Still, however pressed, no man is like to hand her his own wife, eh? The Watchhead refused, and rightly so. But his lordship doesn't take no for an answer. He employed his usual method, which is to say, he dispatched the Watchhead on a mission to slay a Dullahan. Poor old Gregor departed last night. I'm sorry to say it, but he shan't be returning alive. That's the sort of man that noble is, you see. Naught noble about him, if you ask me.
Good tidings to you. Are you the Arisen, perchance? Aye, I thought you might be the one. My husband spoke of you, you see. 'Tis through him I hear much of the gossip going around town. I suppose you're here to see him. You'll have to come another day, I fear. He's been sent out on a mission, and I can't say when he'll return. 'Tis a perilous mission at that. I've heard he is to fell a Dullahan at the Ildua's resting place. I worry for him. I do hope he'll fare all right. Oh, Sir Ludolf, you say? Aye, we're acquainted. He's been coming around oft of late. As I recall, his visit started just before Gregor was given his new assignment. Why are you asking me about him? Does this have aught to do with my husband? What? No. You mean... not my Gregor? Sir Arisen, I beg of you, you must save my husband. You will be repaid, I swear it. No amount of gold can compare to his life. Just please, save him. Oh, thank goodness. Pray, go to him at once. My husband's life is in your hands, sir.
Perhaps we ought to hurry, lest we arrive too late to be of aid. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
What fell from the beast as it breathed its last?
I espy a hobgoblin!
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side.
Ah, a ballista. These have quite a long range.
When better to use this but in the midst of battle?
This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
The sun is yet to set. We could rest here now, or press on a while longer.
I want your weapon a magical food.
And I shall remain by your side.
Take care when you place your feet. Stop it.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
Over.
You? What are you doing here? What's this? Where's the fiend gone? Has it fled? I can hardly believe it. I fought at Dullahan and she'll live to tell the tale. But, fie! I've just remembered. See, I hadn't thought I'd return alive. But I didn't want to worry my wife when I departed. So I took a letter with me just in case. And when the tide of battle threatened to overwhelm us, I sent a runner to bear it to my wife, mere moments before your arrival. It would be an awkward thing for her to read my final farewell, only for me to arrive on the morrow, fit as a fiddle. Though I dare say she'd forgive me. Oh, it will be a blessing enough to see her again. I can ask for no more than that. Right, I'd best be off, if I'm to make it home before that letter arrives. Oh, and if I've not said it yet, thank you, sir. I'm well and truly in your debt.
Follow me. Now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
This way, if you please, Master.
The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it.
It's no great shock to me.
How's this?
Lay down your arms.
And I take the rest.
Down your arms.
There are one or two places of interest nearby. I could tell you more about them if you like, Master.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack! Pray seek out your loyal pawn, Arisen. The Legion... Dorian! There!
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Where are you going?
Sir Arisen, I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for us.
You've my humblest gratitude, sir. If not for you, I'd ne'er have made it home. Still, I doubt this is the last we'll be hearing from Sir Ludolf. He's not like to admit defeat after only one attempt. Where will I be sent next, I wonder?
Have you not heard, my love? Sir Ludolf has fallen deathly ill.
He has?
Aye, he was poisoned. From the tell of it, 'twas concealed in a gift. A bottle of wine or some such. But I suppose 'tis not so surprising. A dastardly man like that must have had no shortage of enemies.
True enough. I'm sure no few held a grudge against him for all he's done.
Indeed. Perhaps one might call this his just desserts.
You actually managed to protect Sir Gregor from the Doulahan. You may well be stronger than my own master.
Splendid. Pray, follow me. I know the way, so... There's no chance of our getting lost.
Hey-o! Surely we can draw a larger crowd than...
This town must have needs.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Oh, did it pertain to the Queen Regent and an important personage, perchance?
Indeed.
A forgotten rift stone we've not discovered lies nearby. 'Tis this way, as I recall, from my last sojourn beyond the rift. There are one or two places of interest.
I brought the number that you requested. I'll take it this will be enough.
Aye, nicely done. Get in, you lot. Here's your payment.
Thank you kindly, sir. Ordinarily, coin like this would take me half a year to earn.
And I'll thank you to spend it wisely. Don't go drawing undue attention onto yourself, or that'll be the last you get. An ox cart travelling a night is suspicious enough in its own right, if 'twere known that I'm carrying pawns across the border.
I know, and I'll take care of it, I swear it. Contact me again when you've need of more cargo, won't you? What is it? I've done naught worth following me over. Pray let me go. Hold, I beg you. I'll tell you what there is to know. I was approached by a battalion merchant I met at the border checkpoint. He offered me a coin in exchange for rounding up pawns. Aye, I know. Here in Vermund, there's nary a deed more abhorrent. But you have to understand, my gambling debts were like to drown me. I needed coin, and I needed it fast. I know not where they've been taken. Pray, believe me. Here, take this. 'Tis a document I got from that merchant. If word of this should reach the palace, I'd no doubt be disciplined. I might even lose my post. I'll give you all the gold I got today. So pray, I beg you, will you let me go? I swear I'll ne'er do aught like this again. You have my sincerest thanks. I see the true Arisen is merciful indeed. I'll be going then.
Do we know of someone who might better understand this document? Captain Brandt and Regent Kin Sven are likely to be of aid, but Minister Allard is best avoided.
A resounding success.
Find myself some work. Fancy a look at my wares?
Might as well take a look while you're here.
Still a while to go before we
It's this way.
mistakes this time.
Apologies, but I can't.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer.
This ox cart's bound for the... I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Nodding off where I stand. Townspeople depend on me.
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy some. The item you requested is... I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience. Hope to see you again.
A forgery. I wonder whether we'll find a purpose for it.
Someone might pay good coin for it, either because they seek a forgery or because they believe it to be authentic.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crap. But here, at least, you'll find a bit of peace and quiet. Pleasure doing business.
Where? Oh, there's always demand for weapons. Particularly near. Do come again?
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch in my case. What was it I had to do?
Them nobles do nothing. No respect for
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
At long last, I am returned to you.
There are few ways of your equipment.
Mayhap you'll think this a trifle, but I find myself reflecting on the time I fell in battle.
Being separated from our master must have been hard. Temporary though it may have been.
So, you seek to enter Batal, I presume? I'll have to check your permit. Go on through.
A group of bandits has been terrorizing the roads of late, targeting our ox carts and the cargo they carry. They call themselves the Coral Snakes, and they are no common thieves. They are organized and deadly efficient. And worse still, they are without scruples. They have been killing and stealing in equal measure. Devils, the lot of them. What say you? Would you lend your aid in catching them? Many thanks, sir. I shall be glad to know someone is doing aught to help us. You all begin by scouring for their hideout. It must be somewhere near the highway, for that has been their primary target thus far. Mayhap you could learn aught by speaking with some survivors of the raids.
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
Food? Have you...
Many of our citizens view pawns as bringers of calamity, and hatred for their ilk is common here. Yet so boundless is Empress Nadinia's mercy, that even 'twas she who decreed that no... Oh, how magnanimous her heart! How
Well met, sir. Need a room for the night? Pleasure doing business with...
Food? Have you... Many thanks. I'm still very hungry. Spare some charity for the poor. Ah!
You there! What do you think you're doing, huh? You keep your hands off him. Don't go thinking you can treat the poor however you like just because you're better off.
Calm down, Hugo. You've got it all wrong. This kind sir has been good enough to share some food with me. I've the both of you to thank for my good health and my full belly.
Is that right? Suppose I owe you an apology then, cuz. In my defence, one can't be too careful. There's a child-snatching scoundrel around nearly every corner in these parts. The name's Hugo, by the way. I'm a helper of sorts to the poor who live here. Ain't many folk willing to offer that sort of kindness. Even just one more's a glad sight, let me tell you. So pay me no mind. And I'm sorry for before. If you're here to help, I'll not say another word against you.
Many thanks, sir. Lucky I am to have the two of you looking out for me.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Have you some business with me?
Over here, if you please.
Mine is a life devoted.
Bunch of sluggards.
Pray seek. Mayhap you could learn aught by speaking with some...
Always sets me to thinking. A happy man is he